Welcome to the ancient city, a structure devoid of all life, a place where no mob dares to spawn, besides one. And I'm gonna live here for 100 days. Let's start off with the rules for this challenge. Number 1, no leaving the deep dark. I know this is kind of obvious, but you'd be surprised. When determining whether or not something is the part of the deep dark, I just use the line of sight rule. If I can't see any smoke, then I'm not part of the deep dark. Also, a few other YouTubers such as RecRap and Luke the Notable himself have tried this challenge, but they both went to the surface for things like trees, and that didn't really sit right with me, so here I am, doing what they didn't. Also, IBX Toycat did a video like this where they spent a week in the ancient city, but 100 days is a bit longer than a week, so we'll just have that be my revenge for him ratioing me on Twitter once. Number 2. I am playing this on a hard mode vanilla SMP. I know you can't see the hardcore hearts, but I will show you my statistics at the end and prove that I didn't die once. I'm really only doing this on an SMP just so that people can come and hang out if they want. I won't be getting any items from them because that would be breaking the rules. The third rule is all items must be gotten from the deep dark. This is kind of obvious and goes hand in hand with no leaving the deep dark, but just to clarify. The fourth rule, the final rule, I can't break any Skulk Streakers until I have looted every chest, just to add a bit of difficulty. Alright, everyone understand the rules? Let's begin. Here we go. On day 1, I checked my statistics tab, and I was at 5 deaths. I will show you at the end of my run, and I will still be at 5 deaths, hopefully. So, starting off, I knew that my main priority would be getting food. So I gathered some wool and went to loot a few chests for glowberries. You may notice that I have the festive chests on. That's because I was recording this on Christmas night. I hope you enjoyed yours. I enjoyed mine. After looting a few chests, I actually found some glowberries. They're not a good food source, but they're what I have to work with for now. Eventually, I found a pretty good place to settle down. There's only one Skulk Streaker, but a bit of wool took care of it quite nicely. I placed a few chests, too. I made a small glowberry farm, and that was the end of day 1. I also want to mention that in the ancient city, wood is not renewable. My only way to get wood is with these smaller structures. On day 2, I started by looting the rest of the city. This is where I had my first encounter with the warden. I continued to loot a few chests, and no matter how much I stat-proofed each shrieker, I would always spawn a warden. Looking for some iron, I went up higher and I found some. Now equipped with an iron pickaxe, I got myself 2 diamonds, and that was the end of day 2. Day 3 was real simple. I was just out there looting chests. On day 4, I got an amethyst geode. I also got the rest of the chests in the ancient city. I got an armor trim and have had a few close encounters with the warden.
Oh, I heard that. Catch you later, warden. Get armor trim. It's kind of cool.
After that, I cleared out some skulk and found my 3rd diamond in the process. But before making a pickaxe, I went to explore the secret room in the ancient city. I couldn't get a ton of items in there without silk touch, but I got a couple of redstone devices like lamps and repeaters, so maybe I'll build with them later. I don't know, we'll see. But of course, I couldn't get out without summoning another warden. And so I made my way back home, and that was it for day 4. On day 5, I expanded the glowberry farm, and I finally made that diamond pickaxe. Then I went to destroy some Skulk Streakers, and I was allowed to, now that I looted the whole city. Then I finished the day off by deconstructing some structures by my base to make room for new ones. All of day 6 was just construction. One of my main goals for these 100 days is to make a nice base that I can be proud of. So, first step was to make room. Day 7 was more construction. I guess deconstruction, demolition maybe, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I got some more XP from the Skulk, and I got some diamonds from doing that too. Then after I made a 2nd pickaxe, I went back to demolition. On day 8, I got a ton of wood. I wanted to get enough bookshelves for level 30 enchantments. Then on day 9, I finished getting that wood, finally made the enchant table, and I went on an actual manhunt for some lapis. From there, I got my first level 30 enchants. Now equipped with Fortune 3, I went off to do a bit of mining. I was back to demolition on day 10. With my newly enchanted pickaxe in hand, I was able to mine the deep slate much faster. And now, I will finally make a base for me to live in. So far, I've just lived in a chest monster by a glowberry farm. I started off by making a nice floor. It was quite a lengthy process, so I'm just gonna do a jump cut. After that, I did some enchanting, and the glowberry farm started to produce glowberries quite nicely. Oh, oopsie daisies. On day 11, I had an enchanting session. I got Unbreaking 3, Sharp 3, Looting 3, a pretty good chest plate, Protection 4, Unbreaking... I just got a ton of enchantments. Okay, that's the gist of this day. I got a lot of enchantments, and it really helped with construction. Alright, and here's day 12. Day 12 was more work on the base, which, if you can't tell by now, is a castle. I think it's going along pretty nice, and should be done by day 13. Putting the last finishing touches on during day 13, and the castle's complete. I think it looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to expand my glowberry farm. Food has been kind of an issue, and I'm trying to manage my health and hunger so I don't end up starving. So hopefully this glowberry farm will solve that. On day 14, I started gearing up. One big goal that I have is to kill the warden on day 100. And not through a trap, or like with a bow and arrow from a high up spot, but like actually fighting it. So I'll need sharpness 5 and full protection 4 to do that. On day 15, I took down the old glowberry farm. It takes up a lot of space, and I don't really need it anymore now that I have the larger one. After doing that, I took down some more of the structures to make room for my own builds that would come later. The day ended with me taking a trip to the center of the ancient city. I want to preserve a Skulk Shrieker, which you'll see why later. On day 16, I put my Silk Touch to use and grabbed some glass panes from the secret room. There's no glass in the ancient city besides this one spot, so it's my only option. I also got some grass, which, similar to the glass, can only be obtained through this one single center room. Then after getting the glass, I removed some more skull from the area. On day 17, I collected dirt. If you combine gravel with dirt, you get coarse dirt. If you till coarse dirt with a hoe, you get normal dirt. It's essentially infinite dirt. Usually this isn't helpful, but in a challenge like this, it is incredibly important. After that, I went to a dripstone cave. This was close enough to the deep dark where I could kill zombies without breaking the rules. This was to get carrots, which are much better than glowberries. I continued killing zombies on day 18, but it wasn't much longer until I got a carrot. We got a carrot. I don't care. Immediately, I started working on a carrot farm so I could make golden carrots for myself. Day 19 wasn't special. Just got some golden carrots and a very nice bow. On day 20, I made a wheat farm. Was I gonna use it? No. But did it look good? Yeah, I think it did. Later in the day, I used some amethyst blocks to make a cool little tree. Then after that, I used my armor trims with a bit of lapis to make some pretty cool armor. On day 21, I built a little structure just to add some more stuff to the area. And then on day 22, I kept working on the build that I made from day 21. Then on day 23, I spread some grass. Because I wanted grass. There's not much to it. Day 24 had even more demolition. I got a really good idea of what I want to build, and so I'm going to need to clear a lot of area for it. You'll never believe it, but day 25 was demolition too. It takes time, so it might take a few days. Don't judge me. On day 26, I mined some skulk. It's very relaxing, and I enjoyed it. Just kept mining skulk. Wait. Is that another ancient city? Yeah, without even realizing it, my Deep Dark biome had 2 ancient cities. I didn't even know that was possible. I kind of wish I knew about this from the start. I feel like I could have made a really cool build surrounding the 2 ancient cities, but it's almost day 30, so I'm just going to stick to my current builds. But I just spent the rest of the day opening chests. On day 27, I was looting as much as possible. I wanted all the chests. Day 28, I was still looting the ancient city. One big thing I got was a stack of oak logs from the mine shaft. That'll last me like 100 days, I bet. Then on day 29, I organized. I took all my chests and I just sorted them. Day 30 was very special. I made efficiency 5 shears. I found a book in the ancient city and put it on some shears. And let me tell you, dear viewer, it sliced through wool like it was butter. And then I dug a hole. My motivations are beyond your comprehension. Day 31 was still beyond your comprehension. Eventually I got bored, so on day 32 I did some construction. And look at that, more construction on day 33. I even got myself some diamonds, so that's pretty cool. Alright, day 34 was the start of a very big project. And all that projectness starts with the dismantling of the center structure of the ancient city. So yeah, on day 35, the center structure is going down. You'll never guess what I did on day 36. Unless, of course, you guess that I would be breaking the center structure. And in that case, I guess you're right. So, darn. You win this time. Okay, yeah, no need to gloat. Day 38 is more demolition. Day 39 is once again more demolition. And on day 40, I did some more no, actually, I did some building. I'm making a little pyramid for my skull shrieker, and I think it looks nice. On day 41, I did some more demolition, and then something incredibly tragic happened. I accidentally broke my efficiency 5 shears. Mentally speaking, I could never recover from this catastrophe. No. Are you kidding me? Ah. Wasn't paying attention and I broke it. Jeepers creepers. Well, I already got a lot of it done. Oh, that's so stupid of me. Wow, how? Look at the demolition on day 42. It's so slow compared to efficiency 5 shears. If only they were here right now. On day 43, I made another pyramid. This one I will stand on. On day 44, I did some more excavation. And then a warden spawned out of literally nowhere. What do you mean a skull shrieker? Where? Shoot. Oh my goodness gracious. After recovering from that, I went back and did some more excavation. Day 46, I did more excavation. Okay, day 47, this is the last day of excavation for a while. See, look at that. Day 48, we're doing some building. That's different, right? Oh, wait, sorry, I lied. On day 49, I'm doing more excavation. Look, I don't like the excavation either, alright? I'm getting this done as soon as I can. On day 51, I kept working on the coliseum. I'm not sure if I've mentioned yet that it's a coliseum, but it is. I'm saying it now. It's a coliseum. Day 52 had some more construction. This is... You're gonna get tired of this very quickly. It's a lot of construction. Day 53 had some more construction. Day 54 was building. Day 55. Day 56. Day 57. Day 58. It's all building. On day 59, I got some soul sand. And I did more building. Day 60, more building. Day 61, more building. Day 62, even more building. Day 63, I got some lanterns from the second ancient city. So that's a nice little break from the building. And then we go right back into building on day 64. Day 65, I know it'll sound crazy, but I did some more building. This bat. That stupid idiot. It just flew into the fire. Oh my gosh. Why would it do that? Clearly this is the pinnacle of Minecraft AI and pathfinding. Oh, we have more redstone lamps in here. Lovely. And day 66 was, you guessed it, more building. Man, I haven't excavated in like 18 days. You probably missed it, don't you? Well, too bad. More building on day 68. Alright. It's day 69. I must do something incredibly comedic. You aren't even ready for how funny this will be. This is gonna blow your mind with laughter. Here you go. Is this what you wanted? Is this high tier comedy for you? Look, I did it. It's day 69. Look, it's pot. It's a pot. Look at that. Hold on, I gotta commemorate this. Alright. Here we go. Day 69 pot. There it is. And day 70 is building. On day 71, I finally made some use of the reinforced deep plate near the center of the ancient city. I'm making a day 100 sign, which I hope I will hit. Look at that. Day 73, I'm farming glow lichen. Ever seen that before? On day 74, I'm placing some candles. I kind of wanted to emulate the center of the ancient city by placing a ton of candles. And I think it makes it look pretty good.
Throw that on here.
Day 75 was more building. Then, on day 76, I lit all the candles. And that's it. I finished the coliseum. Took like 40 days, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks. What do I do after I make my biggest project? Well, simple answer actually. Just make a karaoke club. If you're ever wondering what to build in Minecraft, just make something fun. It really helps the transition between really big builds and really small builds. And so, on day 79, I just kept building. This is what I did for day 80. And I did it for day 81, too. Day 82, I forgot to record some of these upcoming days, but thankfully we have replay mod, so just ignore the big bar on the top of your screen. Day 83, I may have forgotten to record, but I can never forget the karaoke bar. Then day 84, I worked on the interior. And on day 85, I mined Skulk. How about that, huh? Yeah. Then on day 86, I mined some more Skulk. Looking back on it, I don't know if I needed the XP or I just wanted a break from building. Mining Skulk is just so relaxing. Mining Skulk also has pretty good diamond rates. These are all the ones I got from that one session. On day 88, I'm going to show you a time-lapse of me trying to lure a warden away from a bunch of bats, because the warden refused to despawn and I hated it. It was the worst. On day 89, I made a few cool roads between my buildings. On day 90, I finished paving the roads and started to work on a tower. But before I got to continue, I got a visitor. But yeah, this is it so far. So over here is my
Jesus. How have you
Yeah.
done this in 100 days?
this is like my my original gear. I can't touch it until the challenge is over. But it's a little bit funny because my current gear is just kind of better than all of this.
Nearly as good as that.
Yeah, like my stuff doesn't have mending. Well, my leggings do, but like yeah, it's a little bit silly. Oh, that's just uncool.
I'm just gonna ignore I did that. 1 second.
Do you want to place the carrots back? I always have a diamond toe on me.
Oh, you do? Alright.
Yeah, my whole culture is around mining skulk. You know, I always gotta keep my hoe on me.
Yeah.
So I got my carrot, my wheat farm. This is a little basic. Some of these builds are just kind of like, I wanted this to look more lively, so I just kind of like built random things. This is one of those
This
things,
is probably
right?
the best build on the server currently.
I mean, I don't think there's a ton of like really cool public builds. Apparently Nock is making something like really cool, but
Yeah, Nock's doing something through video. It's not really like a public build.
yeah. On day 91, I got to keep showing my guests around. It was very lovely to see someone after 90 days of solitude.
Well, good luck for the rest of your 100 days.
Thank you. Are you heading out, I presume?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. Good luck.
Alright, well, I'll see you later. After a while, she left, and I was back to working on my builds. Then on day 92, I completely restarted my tower because I hated the block site shows. And I actually made some pretty good progress. Then on day 93, I actually finished the tower. I really only made it just so I have a place to enchant, so here it is. A place to enchant. On day 94, I started working on my old deep slate mine. I'm gonna make it skulk themed. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna make this boring place interesting. On day 96, I listened to some music. It's very relaxing. On day 97, I just kept working on the build. Nothing special. On day 98, I had the finishing touches to the base. You'll see a bit more of that on day 99. Speaking of which, day 99. Here we are, second to last day. Too bad I had to record through replay mod again. But it was just me putting some finishing touches on the base. You know, I had some lights, I added some signs, I finished the karaoke building, and now I check my statistics to show that I have not died a single time. So, number of deaths. Okay, it's still 5. It has not gone up. Here's the proof. Number of deaths is at 5. Sneak time has skyrocketed. That's crazy. Time since last death, 1.73 days. That the math adds up. You can do it if you want, but the math, it maths. And finally, before day 100, I want to do a world tour. Alright, so here I am. This is I'm in a replay shot right now. Here's my, myself. But I'm just gonna do I have a pirate texture pack on right now. You'll see why for my next video. But, yeah, let's do a tour. So, starting off, we have the starting castle. Very first build, really. It has a throne made of wood, because wood is rare in this challenge. It's just like a basic, nice little castle. Like, you can go up here, and yeah, you can go up here. You got the old glowberry farm. Over here, you have the skulk infestation. So you have all the skulk over here. You can kind of go in and see all the skulk. It's pretty cool, I think. Yeah, I think it turned out really nice. I thought, like, the amethyst could be kind of like a cool, like, hint at, like, lore of, like, oh, it's pushing the skulk back or something. I don't know, I'm just having fun here. Next we have the amethyst tree. I wanted more, like, life in the build when I was making it, so I just made this little thing. Next we have the farms. The carrot farm I used, the wheat farm I just looked at, because wheat looks pretty. We also have this building, the multi-purpose building, because I did literally nothing with it. It just kind of exists and is here to look pretty. Next, we have the karaoke bar. It looks kind of weird. Maybe I should have used some more things on it that weren't just stone, but you know what? That's what you get. Sometimes you don't always do what you want. You go in. It's karaoke night. 2 exclamation marks. You just go in. Yeah, there's a little seating area. You can go sing at the karaoke bar. You can't see me because, obviously replay mod. But yeah. Then we can go over to the Tower of Knowledge. The story behind it, I wanted a place for the enchantment table, so I set it down, and I just placed some like Skulk Shriekers and stuff. It's just kind of like, I wanted like a cool place where people could just kind of look at things. I think Skulk is a cool block, so I just kind of placed them. Then up here, you can see the whole arena, which I will be looking at next. But yeah, that was the whole little base. There's the old Glowberry farm back here, which is kind of fun. But here is the magnum opus. This took me like 40 days to make, but here we are. Here's my magnum opus. It's the Coliseum. I'm going too fast. I made it completely out of like deep slate, and it's just a big thing. I have the big day 100 sign. I have the pit of fire in the middle, which kind of looks like disc 5, which I didn't intend for that to be the case, but I think it looked pretty good. It looks pretty good. You can go in here and you can kind of just walk around. There's a bunch. It's all very well lit up because you have the lamps. You can go upstairs and there's kind of a spectator area, so you can sit and spectate matches. Specifically this one. Here, I have a special like way to activate the Skulk. So I just have a Skulk sensor, and the plan is use a bow, shoot the Shrieker over there. Easy peasy. But yeah, this is definitely the build that I am happiest with. I think it was just very fun. So that was the total. Oh, sorry. Can't forget about the day 69 pot. This is my honest reaction. You have permission to laugh. But yeah, that's the build. So, I guess let's start day 100. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Here we are, day 100. Here's for all the marbles. Here's to prove that I didn't just survive, but I thrived in the ancient city. Here's to prove what I'm capable of. Alright.
Oh. Dun dun.
There's one.
Dun dun. Dun dun. Ooh.
Alright.
I think that was 2.
That's 2.
And
Oh.
it just didn't register.
Oh, here we go. Alright. Alright, let's go. But things don't always come to plan, do they? In the end, I died. The ward was even stronger than I could have imagined. I failed on day 100. After putting in over 30 hours of work, I died on the final day. Looking back, I could have just used a bow. I could have just ran. I could have just not fought the warden at all. And as much as that would leave this video with a happy ending, it wouldn't leave it with the right ending. The whole point of doing a Minecraft challenge isn't to do something that's easy, but to do something that is hard, to accomplish the unaccomplishable. And although I may have failed, this does not mean I will give up entirely, because that is what separates the average from the great. The average will live in mediocrity, backing down at failure, but the great strive to do the next challenge, the next impossible task. When they get knocked down, they get back up. And so let me make one thing clear. I will not be average. I have the determination to keep going. I may have failed today, but I will always strive for greatness. It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but one day it will come. And until that day comes, I can never back down.